guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video, and here we have got our girl Margarita, the Angel for Universe 11, who is finally here in Dokkan. This was a good, I think, idea for a character to bring into Dokkan right now, because she's going to buff some teams that certainly could need help, right? Like, she'll be solid on Sibling Bond, Universe 11, blah, 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 blah. Let's go ahead and rainbow her. This is going to be a level 10 Link video, so of course I got to get to grinding, but I do have to Dokkan Awaken her first. It is interesting, like, these exact units right here, typically in past years, they haven't even been TURs. They've just been SSRs, but this year, Dokkan gave them Awakenings right away, which is smart, because again, now the Link level update is a thing, so it's like, releasing units that are just SSRs is a pain, because it just means they're going to get extra links in the future anyway. So there we go. We got Margarita awakened. Let me go ahead and level up her links, and then we will see how good she is. Alright guys, so we are here in an event with our girl Margarita, the Universe 11 Angel right here. A very good pick for a unit to be added into the game, I think, right? Because she helps Universe 11 and a lot of these other teams like Sibling Bond, Bond of Master and Disciple, stuff like that. So we're going to start with the Realm of Gods team. Now, I'm more so gearing a build here around, like, the angels and gods and stuff like that. So I went with Beerus instead of UI Goku. I feel like either is good, right? Like, Beerus or UI Goku in terms of your, like, leader. But it's like, it just depends on what type of team you're going to run. Are you going to gear more towards Shocking Speed and, again, like, the angels and the gods? Or more towards a lot of the Saiyans have, like, Prepare for Battle and stuff like that? Now, I would like to point out that Margarita's opening with 200k defense, by the way. She builds up 11% attack and defense with each attack performed, up to a max of 44%. So she has to do 4 attacks to fully build up. So our girl Margarita could still actually build up quite a bit of extra, whatchamacallit, like sort of like defense and stuff like that. So that would be good. She also does, like, seal and lower attacks, so it's like, you're going to see Margarita, I think, impact a lot of difficult content in a very good way, right? Margarita also works really well with LR Evolution Blue Vegeta, because Margarita gets Universe 11 category allies 3 key and 40% attack and defense, which obviously is good. But then Realm of Gods, Sibling Bond, and Bond of Master and Disciple get 20% attack and defense each, but they stack. So she gives Evolution Blue Vegeta 60% attack and defense. Alright, so she has a 30% chance to dodge as well. Honestly, this is a pretty impressive looking turn for her, right? 2 million attack stat, right? You know, along with everything else that she's doing. Like, you know, our girl Margarita ain't that bad. You know, with the Rainbow Orb changing, the powerful support everywhere, we're going to see, again, Margarita be able to impact, I think, a lot of these stages very well. Right, like if you're going to decide to go into like Realm of Gods, Super Battle Road or something like that, or, you know, eventually we're going to get a Bond of Master and Disciple, Super Battle Road, Sibling Bond, like these categories will get one. And like running like a rotation of maybe like Margarita and Vados together, or maybe try like Whis or something like that, I think it definitely could work. I like what they did with Margarita, right? And it's like, they always like to do sort of these Peppy Gal banners in August. I'm a little bit late to getting to the Margarita level 10 Link video here, but I mean, sometimes it just happens, right? Because it takes typically at least a week to be able to get like a lot of these characters to level 10 links. I mean, again, pretty much the fastest I've ever done it, LR Tech Gogeta took me like 4 days, right? And it's like, you know, I got the most level 10 Link units I've seen outside of like someone who might like bot or something like that. Okay, so we have a really solid rotation right here for our girl Margarita, up to 233k defense here. Wow, she could still do 2 more attacks, building up her attack and defense, so pretty impressive. Her link set, by the way, the Innocence, Brainiacs, Solid Support, Cold Judgment, Shocking Speed, Godly Power, and Shattering the Limit. With Jiren, she has Shocking Speed and Godly Power. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how much damage we'll get from Margarita. Again, a lot of her defense is coming from Cold Judgment, by the way. Such a ridiculous link, right? She also does, again, create Rainbow Key Spheres, but she does that when there's a Universe 11 category ally in the same turn, right? She does help Jiren quite a bit. Because Jiren is getting 60% attack and defense support from Margarita, right? Because he's getting the Universe 11 buff plus the Bond of Master, the Realm of Gods buff, right? Jiren's not on Sibling Bond or Bond of Master and Disciple. So she is, what, 1.6 or 2.16? Like, that number for me, that Margarita, like, the numbers she's putting up are fine, considering all of the utility she has. Like, I was saying for a while, like, 2 million feels kind of like an average attack stat. Like, man, I don't know. I'm bumping that up. It's like, if I see a 2 at all, it's not even average. It's just like, like, I almost want to change it to, like, 3 million is now, like, actually an average attack stat, right? Like, that's kind of the way I'm sitting here feeling. Is like, I want to see a unit have a 3 million attack stat, right? And then it's like, okay, that's like solid. That's decent, right? Whereas it's like, once you start getting to, like, good attack stats, we're talking like 5 million plus and stuff like that. It's just power creep, right? Like, it's very easy to, use a lot of these characters from years ago and see their numbers and be like, oh, these are good numbers. But it's like, hey, man, times change. Power creep marches on. Here, I'm going to use an item right here. I just want to make sure we finish this Goku phase off right here. All right, so we'll get one more turn from Margarita here on Realm of Gods. We'll probably take a look at her on the Universal Survival Saga team as well. And then probably also Space Traveling Warriors. I think Space Traveling Warriors is probably where we'll see her perform at her best. I mean, that team is just set up with, like, LRB Pan, Bojack, Turles characters. You've got a lot of really good characters on there. And then, Space Traveling Warriors just got what is one of the top 2 best units in the game. Many situations, I think Frieza easily looks better than UI Goku on the Space Traveling Warrior teams. That team is definitely better, right? For sure. Okay, so this is a good turn for Margarita. We have everything active except for Brainiacs right here. She's up to 257. I'm going to put Supremo Pie of Time in slot 1. That way she will not, or Beerus won't, like, one-shot this Goku. So, all right, we'll let this turn play out. And then we'll go over to, again, I think we'll head to the Universal Survival Saga team. That'll be a good team. Again, Margarita should be a fairly good option on there, especially because I consider LR Jiren to be the ideal leader for the Universal Survival Saga team right now. 2.73, along with all the support, right? Remember, she's giving Beerus 60% attack and defense. I mean, you could run a rotation with, Margarita, Vados, and Beerus is getting, what, like 120% attack and defensive support? Like, it's just an insanity, right? Like, yeah, look, yeah, pretty good, Beerus. Alright, so now we're rocking the Universal Survival Saga team, although, remember, Jiren is giving the full 170 to Universe 11, so we're essentially getting that. So, okay, this is interesting. 158k defense right there. Doesn't Tobo/Pride Trooper have Cold Judgment? No, they don't. Okay. Because I always do like to show the massive difference with Cold Judgment. It really is a huge buff. But Universe 11's got some options now, right? It's like Jiren, I feel as though, like, maybe he's a little bit overrated defensively from what I've seen. I mean, I don't know. He's over a year old now, but, right? Like, people had the assumption that he's much better defensively than he actually is. But once you start getting a rotation like this, when you've got characters like Margarita or Tobo/Pride Trooper who you can actually run in slot 1 and then comfortably put Jiren in slot 2, I think Jiren, he's definitely got good defense for a slot 2 unit at 250k, that's for sure. We'll go ahead and float Jiren off right here. We could actually get, what, Godly Power, so we get a little bit of extra attack right there, but it's fine. I just want to prioritize Margarita getting her attack in right here. But whenever you're going to run any of these types of characters, right, Jiren, anything like that, Margarita is going to be a must run. I'm sure we are going to get a God Topo at some point, like a Dokkan Fest God Topo. I think he is definitely a character deserving of a Dokkan Fest that doesn't have one. I remember back when the Tournament of Power was wrapping up, there was 2 characters that it really surprised me did not get Dokkan Fest exclusives, again, back when the series was wrapping up, and that's Kefla and then God Topo, right? Kefla was just a banner unit, and then God Topo ended up being just an awakening to that normal Topo. Was just very, very surprising, right? Kefla did eventually get a Dokkan Festival exclusive, and I think we very easily could see one happen for God Topo as well, right? And then, again, if God Topo does get a Dokkan Festival exclusive, Margarita is going to be like a big, big time option next to our boy God Topo. I'm curious, what categories does God Topo have? Let me just take a look. So God Topo's on TOP, Realm of Gods, Final Trump Card, Special Pose. Interesting, a God Topo's on Special Pose. Universe 11, Space Traveling Warriors, and Attained Evolution. Okay. Ah, interesting. Okay, so yeah, God Topo, you know, some of those category teams I would not mind buffs for. You know, teams like Final Trump Card, Special Pose, Universe 11, Space Traveling Warriors, Attained Evolution. Like, we could definitely utilize more options on those teams. Absolutely. All right, so again, we have a solid rotation for our girl Margarita here. 184k. So remember, she does sort of slowly build up like that. All right, so let's get this turn right here. Then after this, let's go to Space Traveling Warriors. And we could test out Margarita on the Space Traveling Warrior team around like Bojack, and, you know, we'll have like Vados around and stuff like that. And, you know, really have Margarita build up her full passive and see how impressive she can go ahead and look, right? Which is, I think, fairly impressive. 1.92 right there. Okay. But again, attack stats are definitely a bit low, you know, for a literal new, like, it's a new summonable unit, right? Like, she just dropped, she's a summonable unit, right? Attack stats are low, but she's doing so much, dude. Attack debuffing, sealing, rainbow orb changing, the support, the dodging with, you know, good defensive stats as well. So I'm totally cool with how they built Margarita. She's very good, I think. All right, we can actually get one more rotation here from our girl Margarita with a lot of support on rotation, right? A lot of good stuff going on. Yeah, she said 215k defense right there. And again, remember Topo/Pride Troopers supporting as well as God Topo. So, you know, this is a decent turn for our girl Margarita right here. Again, remember, on top of that high defensive stat that she can get, she does have the 30% chance to dodge, which is definitely good, right? So let's go ahead and see how we're looking here. I'm not the biggest fan often of 30% chance to dodge, but if you're pairing that with a unit that's got 200k plus defense, you're good, right? It's just, if that's the main defensive utility you've got, is just 30% chance to dodge, nah. 50 and above, I like. But, you know, if you're going to have just 30% chance to dodge, I view that as just sort of like an accessory, a little add-on, right? That's not something to rely upon for sure. All right, so now we're over here on the Space Traveling Warrior team. We could definitely get some really good stuff going on with our girl Margarita over here. She works very well with Vados, having everything except for Shattering the Limit activated right there. Yeah. You know, the two girls, Margarita and Vados, work really, really well together, right? We're talking massive, massive buffs. And, you know, both of them are going to be able to seal. Both of them can lower attack. I think, like, again, you look at a lot of these categories, right? Sibling Bond, Bond of Master and Disciple, Space Traveling Warriors that might potentially get Super Battle Road stages in the future. And I think running Vados and Margarita as a rotation is actually, like, I think it could be kind of legitimate. Like, it could be pretty crazy. I'm curious. Let's see what our boy LR Bojack wants to go ahead and do on this rotation. Remember that LR Bojack is actually, like, thanks to the link level update, one of the best aging, like, he might actually be the best, like, aging character ever, LR Bojack. I mean, again, it's because of the link level update, but Bojack is a 4-year-old summonable unit, and, like, you know, he can put up numbers like this, right? Like, Bojack is just, like, you know, straight up better than, like, I don't know, LR Vegeta and Nappa, right? Like, I don't, like, there's just a lot of units, like, LR Bojack is just, like, really good. You know, go look at the performance of, you know, summonable units that came out next to LR Bojack, right? Like, STR Ultimate Gohan, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, Physical Super Vegito. Those characters are not exactly top tier these days, right? Okay, I'm gonna do this. This is gonna be all 7 links activated for her. 300 we're at. Wow. And keep in mind that our girl Margarita, right, she has to do 4 attacks to fully build up her attack buff, right? So I think this is pretty good. Let me go ahead and skip ahead. We're going to get this turn right here, and then I'm going to skip until Margarita's fully built up. I'm just going to keep fighting the Bojacks right here. And we're going to get a rotation 3.26. We're going to do 2 rotations. We're going to do a rotation where we have AGL Pan giving the 50% buff to her. And then, of course, we'll have a turn where we have LRB Pan giving the active skills. That's 2 hits for Margarita. Again, I'll come back when we get those rotations. All right, here we go. So let's go ahead and see what our girl Vados is capable of doing right here. Fully built up, 388,000. Yeah, that's pretty good by our girl. Margarita. Did I say Vados? I think I said Vados. We're looking at Margarita here. All right, Margarita. That's pretty good. Now, we did get the AGL Pan super attack last turn, by the way. AGL Pan did super attack. She gives a 2-turn attack buff, so we should see a little bit of extra numbers. But yeah, again, this is going to be a nasty Super Battle Road rotation, considering that both Vados and Margarita are sealing and lowering attacks, so you really can keep the enemy locked down, right? Like, it's like, I don't know, you could run, like, Vados and, wow, 4.51? Okay. That's high. Like, yeah, because she's got everything, right? She's getting, well, I mean, how much support? She's getting 110% support right there. I guess that's why. Yeah, 110% support is how much Margarita was getting on that rotation, because Bojack is giving 50, and then she's getting 60 from Vados. So it's like, you know, there are some setups we can run. And then on this next turn, we're going to have B-Pan, along with the entirety of whatchamacallit. Her all 7 links are going to be activated, and we're going to have LRB Pan on rotation, right? So obviously that's going to provide us some pretty solid numbers, I would say. So let's go and see what our girl Margarita gets to. I mean, she's going to break past 5 million, it looks like. Wow, she's got that in her, huh? I mean, she's getting a lot of different attack buffs in different places, right? She's getting 100% to herself from her support ability, 110% as well, just at the start of turn, and then that extra 44% with every attack performed. So here we go. All 7 links activated for Margarita right here. This should be pretty good. There's no way Vados... We're about to get it. Are we going to get a Dokkan attack right here? Damn it. This sucks. Looks like we're going to get the Dokkan attack. I'm a little nervous. There's no way Vados finishes them off. I mean, I guess I could just replicate this situation again, but... Oh, that would be such a bummer if Vados finishes Bujin and Beto off. 354k. Again, all of her links are active. Here's B-Pan's active skill. So let's see what Margarita can do on this rotation right here. We did get the Dokkan attack. Oh, I would have loved if Bujin sealed her. I'm not going to get any of these nodes. So this can sometimes be a pain in the ass for showcases, right? Because it's like, the Dokkan attack is always an AoE, even if we don't hit the nodes. It's like if Vados would like crit on Bujin and Beto, they're done. Which she did. Great. Oh, boy. I guess I'll just come back and we'll just do the exact same situation. Very fun, though. Yeah, so I guess, like, sort of like off-screen, she... Alright, sure. Alright, guys, here we go. Let's go ahead and see what Margarita can do. Again, fully built up. Next to Vados, we have all 7 links activated. Certainly, this is a very good turn for our girl Margarita right here. Again, I think we're going to be able to get a lot of use out of this unit. These angels are particularly good for Super Battle Road stages, so I think as more of her categories get Super Battle Road stages, again, 354k defense with dodge, pretty impressive, Margarita, but, you know, she'll be really nasty in Sibling Bond, Bond of Master and Disciple, Space Traveling Warrior, Super Battle Road stages. 5.2, goddamn, girl. When she builds up that, like, that extra attack buff she gets, like the attack and defense with attack performed, once you start building that up, whoo! God damn, girl. Chill. She is looking pretty nasty out here. Woo, Margarita. Alright, so this is Universe of Justice's instructor, Margarita. Her leader skill is Universe 11, category key 3, and 130% of stats. Her super attack is the Sonata of Purification, which does supreme damage to enemy, lowers attack, and seals. So, again, very powerful for Super Battle Road, right? Again, a rotation of Margarita and Vados is going to be nasty in there. Especially if you could get, like, Like, if you start out in a Super Battle Road stage and you have, like, good luck with enemy placements, attack placements, and then you're able to get the seal and the attack debuff off quickly, it'd be pretty good. Her passive skill, Margarita's Advice, gives her 110% attack and defense at the start of turn. She gets a medium chance of dodging enemies' attacks, 30%. Then she gets an additional 11% attack and defense with each attack performed, up to a max of 44%. So 4 attacks, so fully build that up. Then she gives Universe 11 category allies 3 key and 40% attack and defense. And then she also gives Realm of Gods, Sibling Bond, and Bond of Master and Disciple category allies 20% attack and defense. Again, these all stack, right? So she gives herself 100% attack and defense from this support part of her passive. A character like Evolution Blue Vegeta, who's on Realm of God, Sibling Bond, and Bond of Master and Disciple, gets 60% attack and defense, right? Vados gets 60% attack and defense. Beerus does as well. So that's why, like, they have it set up to where, like, the angels and gods work very well together, right? And then finally, she randomly changes one key sphere to a rainbow key sphere if there's another Universe 11 category ally attacking in the same turn. Again, looking at how powerful Margarita is, I mean, you know, you could probably beat, like, the legendary Vegeta event with Universe 11 now, right? With how powerful she could be, how, like, the Jirans could work well in there. So that'd be pretty good. Her links are the Innocence, Brainiacs, Solid Support, Cold Judgment, Shocking Speed, Godly Power, and Shattering the Limit. So she has got a solid link set, at least, again, for angels and gods. Her 12 key multiplier is 140%, which is the normal number we expect to see. Then in terms of EZAs, there is not... No, there is an EZA she'd be good on. The God Topo and Dispo, the Pride Troopers EZA. She would be good in there, yeah. Because Topo is STR, Margarita, of course, support, Rainbow Orb changing, dodging. She's got, you know, a lot that would help out in there. That's pretty good. And then finally, our girl is on a number of category teams here. So she's here on the Universal Survival Saga team, obviously one of the better teams in the game after the 6th-year anniversary. So a lot of dominant units added to that. She's also over here on Realm of Gods, which is really good. Haven't really, you know, the 6th-year anniversary was a massive buff, but we haven't really gone back since the Realm of Gods. So I would not be shocked. I mean, we're going to probably see like a blue Gogeta standalone unit coming sooner or later, which would be a massive buff to Realm of Gods. Then she's also on Sibling Bond, which has gotten some very strong units this year. Again, if you rock her with like Beerus or Vados or something like that here on Sibling Bond, Margarita could work well. She's also over here on the Bond of Master and Disciple team. Definitely a powerful team, right? And after the Dokkan Fest Kid Gohan, I really like this team. I think there's a lot of good stuff you could do with the Bond of Master and Disciple team. Then she's also over here on Space Traveling Warriors, which has gotten some really crazy buffs. You know, the maybe best unit in the game is on the category now. Margarita is on a team with the best unit in the game, either Space Traveling Warriors with Frieza, or if you're going to say Universal Survival Saga and UI Goku, but either way, she shares a team with the best unit in the game. And then finally, Margarita is also on Universe 11, a very small team, but, you know, we could definitely get a better, like, normal Jiren in the future. You know, God Topo can get a Dokkan Fest. You know, they're, like, the Pride Troopers, more of them, there could be combo cards for them, right? LR Pride Troopers, so there's still a lot that they could do, right? So, let me know what you guys think of our girl Margarita. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.